Learning. Um, so many things you've learned, so many things you know, so many things you do today, and whether we like it or not, we learned how to do them somehow. We learned from someone, we learned from somewhere, and yeah, today we are probably experts, or we probably can carry out this task or responsibilities, or actually act in particular roles because somehow we learned how to do something. I was just thinking the other day, and I was like, hey, I know a lot of things. Now, how did I learn these things? I was trying to go through each and every one of situations, each and every one of the lessons I learned, some of the principles, some of this, whether it's career, whether it's job, particularly somebody like me, Toride. You guys see me do pictures, you guys see me do videos, you guys see me do a lot. And people feel like, okay, hey, you're good at what you're doing, you know what you're doing. And then sometimes I was just asking myself, or sometimes I ask myself, okay, how did I actually learn? How did I? Most of them I actually thought myself. And it brings me to where we're coming from. So many things, so many things we actually did not learn from where we were supposed to learn. The persons who were supposed to educate us on certain things probably never had the time, or for some cultural reasons, or for some whatever, did not even bother to teach us certain things. Hmm. Life, they say, is a journey, and as you go on that journey, whether you like it or not, there's going to be ups, there's going to be down. You're going to learn whether by someone sitting you down and dishing things out to you, or by you falling and waking up, falling and waking up, and falling and waking up, and then you learn by your mistakes. The point of this life, or the point of this food of thought today is, um, sometimes just sit back and look at some of the things you know. Sometimes sit back and look at some of the things you've learned, and ask yourself how you learned, who taught you, and then maybe it will push you to start understanding that, hey, it's possible for you to learn anything. It's possible for you to learn anything. The only difference is if you go to the traditional schooling system, then somebody's just going to hand out their experience to you, or things that they learned. I don't know. They're just going to hand it out to you, and it's going to save you the try by error situation kind of things. um so many ways you can learn, so many ways you can learn, whether it's the traditional going to school, or you learn by experience, or you learn by, but most of the times we learn by what we see, especially when we were growing up, when we were kids, when we were coming up. Most of the things we know, we either something that somebody sat us down and told us or taught us, but in most cases, it was about just the things I see. The things you see your mom do, your parents do, the things you see your siblings do, the things you see your friends do, the things you see. Sometimes these things were appreciated, and then you felt like, you know what, I want to be appreciated that way also. So you went ahead and you started learning and learning and learning. I decided to talk about learning today because it is that one thing that is never going to leave us. From the day you were born to the day you're probably going to die, it's a learning experience for you every second. And please take advantage of it. Every time you find yourself in a situation, instead of you lamenting, instead of you crying, instead of you complaining, instead of you, oh, why did this happen for me? Oh, no. Take advantage. Ask yourself that question of, what am I learning from this situation? What have I learned from this situation? What am I supposed to learn from this situation? That is how you start collecting data. If you're not intentional about it, you're going to learn, but it's just going to be in your subconscious. But when you are intentional, when you decide, every circumstances, every situation, every opportunity I have is a learning experience for me, the question that always comes to mind is, what am I learning from this situation? That's what I decided to do. And I think it's making life more and more interesting. So when situations pop up, instead of me looking at them like, oh, why did it happen to me? Oh, why is it happening to me? Oh, why did this person treat me like this? Oh, why? No. I move ahead, and my very first question is, what can I learn from this situation? Learning is a lifelong thing. Every day, like I said, we are going to learn, and we'll learn until we leave this earth. Think about it and do something about it.